So this is the off year where only player safety changes can be put in the game. So there are 3 main rule changes that come through player safety. The first is, we've seen these guys wearing their knee pads up, high, looks like they're wearing Bermuda shorts. So now the rule book is going to say the knee pads have to cover the knee. That's a safety issue, but it's also a visual in the game, and so that's one change. We have another, and this is really a player safety. We had this growing thing happening on field goals, extra points, where players were running, trying to time it and leap over the line. We actually had a play in a game where a guy leaped over, touched nobody. He actually got to the ball before the kicker. But it's a dangerous play because most of the time they don't make it. You'll see them, they get tipped over, they go head first down, or they hit somebody in the head. So it's a player safety. So now if you run forward, you can't leap or hurdle in an opportunity to block a kick.
And we had a good example of that in the Penn State game, right?
Exactly.
And Coach Meyer brought it to our attention. I said, we're going to submit it. We're going to take a look at it. This is player safe. No one got hurt in that play, but it was an illegal play.
Yep.
So what's the definition of running? How many steps?
So it's a great question. So if you're within a yard in a stationary position, you can do anything then. You can leap, you can do whatever. But if you're more than a yard, running forward and leaping or hurdling, then it's a foul. And basically it's just going to take that play. Before the rule was very complex. Where did you leap from? Did you land on people? All that. Now, if you're more than a yard, you come forward and leap or hurdle to block a kick, it's a foul.
So that play at the end of the Penn State-Ohio State game that changed a lot, changed the season.
That's
And the NFL did the same thing.
Yes, they did.
The NFL made their changes too, and it really comes back. No one got injured on it, but there's potential. We don't want guys flipped over, land on their head, so we made that change.
Yeah.
So it's a 15-yard penalty. What would it be?
Yeah, it's a 15-yard penalty.
Okay.
So it's enough to encourage them not to do it. And then finally, the last rule change we have, and this is a good change on horse collar tackles. So y'all are familiar with that. But the rule used to say where you had to get your hand in the collar of the jersey or the shoulder pad, and then immediately pull them down. And so Bill and I are evaluating on Monday, God, did his finger get in there or whatever? So now we're saying if your hand is in the nameplate area, okay, if you grab them in the collar, in the shoulder pad, or in the nameplate area and immediately pull them, and that's a player safety because you get that snap back, dangerous to the legs. So now if that hand's in the nameplate area in addition to in the collar, it's a foul. And that's, again, a player safety thing is what we want to go after.
Do you then have to regulate the size of the nameplate?
No, because we said nameplate area, and because Penn State, a lot of times they have no nameplate at all. So it's that area. We know it's that area right below the collar. We've actually seen a New Jersey that's been modified where the nameplate was very low down by the number. So it's going to stay the nameplate area.
It's the idea, and that's that common sense. We knew that was dangerous, and now we have to get really technical because you're grabbing it and you're snatching him and you're dropping your weight on the back of his legs. I mean, that's the reason why we have it in there.